My dear friends, my name is Jacob Fiveash, and welcome to Uncaged Zoo Tours. If you are new to the channel and love animals, I recommend and appreciate you hitting the like, subscribe, and bell icons to join me on my tours. Today, we're going back to the Houston Zoo in Texas. So far, we went to South America's Pantanal, the now closed Carruth Natural Encounters, and Asian elephant habitat. Our next stop will feature a habitat that has never been represented in a zoo before, Galapagos Islands. This exhibit opened in 2023 and is based off the Galapagos Islands, a famous group of islands off the coast of Ecuador. Some of the animals in this area represent their cousins from the Galapagos, but we'll still learn about the wildlife that call these islands home. Let's begin. Galapagos Islands is one of the first exhibits you might see on an actual visit to the Houston Zoo, and right off the bat are California sea lions. There are 9 sea lions, and all of them represent the Galapagos sea lion, who is also the world's smallest sea lion. 2 of the sea lions, Ariel and Kali, were the stars of the Sea Lion show. Ariel was born in 2002 and is the oldest female. Her favorite food is ice cubes, and she can be very energetic. Callie, on the other hand, was born in 2004, likes to take short naps at the bottom of the pool, and loves to play with her trainers. One of the ways sea lions are affected in the wild is by pollution, which can harm ocean life. I'll talk about pollution a little bit more in a minute, but certain toxics and plastics are bad for a sea lion's health. But on a lighter note, if you want to visit the sea lions, don't forget to stop by their exhibit at 11 a.m. for the sea lion training demonstration. The next animal is one of the Galapagos' famous residents, the Galapagos tortoise. These tortoises can live for over 100 years. But some of these tortoises can live up to 175 years. One of the most famous Galapagos tortoises was Lonesome George. This tortoise lived on Pinta Island, one of the smallest islands in the Galapagos. Lonesome George was the last known Pinta Island tortoise, a subspecies of the Galapagos tortoise. There were many attempts to breed him with a female tortoise, but the eggs didn't hatch. Lonesome George passed away in 2012, and his story is a reminder of how invasive species like rats or feral goats can cause an entire species to become extinct if we're not careful. But another tortoise named Diego helped another tortoise species bounce back. Diego was born in the 1910s on Espanola Island, and by the 1940s, he was living at the San Diego Zoo. A captive breeding program started in the 1970s, and Diego was identified as a Hood Island giant tortoise and was sent to Santa Cruz Island, where he fathered over 900 hatchlings. Eventually, he was sent back to Espanola Island to live out his retirement. Nowadays, Hood Island giant tortoises are critically endangered, so there's a lot of work to be done. Next up is our first Grand Cayman blue iguana. This iguana represents 2 different kinds of iguanas in the Galapagos. First are land iguanas, who can live up to 60 years and love to eat prickly pear cacti. But these lizards have cousins near the ocean called marine iguanas. Marine iguanas love to eat algae growing on rocks, and they can sneeze to remove salt from food they eat. Their dark skin helps absorb heat from the sun, and they can dive underwater for up to an hour. If there's one thing this blue iguana has in common with its Galapagos cousins, is that they're all threatened by invasive species. But the reason why there's a blue iguana and not a land or marine iguana in this exhibit is because land and marine iguanas are protected by law and have very specific diets. Next up is our first Sally Lightfoot crabs. These crustaceans will help iguanas out by eating ticks and parasites off their skin. They also eat dead animals, plant matter, algae, and even sea lion placentas. It's rumored that these crabs were named after a Caribbean dancer due to their agility and their ability to climb slopes. Sally Lightfoot crabs can dodge predators with ninja-like speed and can jump to escape. Sometimes they can hop between rocks to look for food. The crab's colors get bolder as they age. These bright colors can confuse predators or attract mates. Following that is a group of Pacific sea nettles. These jellyfish are food for sea turtles and other sea creatures. When they float, jellyfish look like plastic bags floating in the water. Sometimes, sea creatures mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, and when they eat the bags, this fills their stomach with plastic, causing them to starve to death. One of the ways you can help sea creatures is by not using single-use plastic. Instead of a plastic grocery bag, use a reusable tote bag when you go grocery shopping. Recycling plastic also helps, as old plastic bottles can be sent to a recycling plant and turned into new bottles. Speaking of oceans, the next exhibit contains more ocean life, like bonnethead sharks and the star of this tank, a rescued green sea turtle. Because sea turtles, like other sea creatures, are threatened by pollution, the Houston Zoo has played a big role in saving them. Zoo staff conduct monthly cleanups on Texas's coasts. They also participate in a plastic-free challenge every July to educate people on reducing plastic. Zoo staff also retrieve and treat injured and stranded sea turtles from Texas's coasts. In 2021, over 100 wild sea turtles received medical care from the zoo's veterinary team. If you want to visit the sea turtle and the other animals in this tank, don't forget to stop by at 10:30 a.m. for the One Ocean Keeper chat. The next exhibit is home to more wonders of the deep, like this snowflake eel. There are over 800 species of eels, and snowflake eels are a kind of moray eel. Instead of scaly skin, snowflake eels rely on mucus that secretes from their skin. They also have two sets of jaws, one for grabbing prey and the other that pulls prey into their stomach. Snowflake eels are also one of 200 species of moray eel. The final exhibit isn't home to Galapagos penguins, but is instead home to our first Humboldt penguins. Like the marine iguanas, Galapagos penguins are also protected by law and cannot be raised in captivity. But scientists believe that the Galapagos penguin's ancestor first arrived on the Galapagos via the Humboldt Current. However, Humboldt penguins also look similar to Magellatic penguins, another penguin from South America. Both penguin species have black bands on their chest, but while Humboldts have one band, Magellatics have two bands. But how are Humboldt penguins different from their Galapagos cousins? Humboldt penguins are larger and have more pink skin around their beaks, while Galapagos penguins are smaller and have less pink skin around their beaks. Both species rely on cold salt water from the Humboldt Current that flows from Antarctica to bring food. One of the best times to see the penguins is at 1:30 p.m. for the Penguin Keeper chat. And that officially wraps up one of my favorite exhibits at the Houston Zoo. When we return to the Houston Zoo, we'll visit one of their newest exhibits. Birds of the World. We'll see songbirds from North America, vultures, crowned cranes, and spoonbills of Africa, and flamingos of South America. Today's question is, what's your favorite aquatic creature and why? Thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you next time. You're smart, creative, and kind.